I'm excited, guys. If you're tuning in on Facebook, we are going to be doing creating a lead magnet today using AI. Literally 2 years ago, when I first got started doing digital products, I had no idea what a lead magnet was, no idea I needed one, didn't know what a sneak peek was. That's what the term is in a lot of the digital marketing courses and the different things that I would buy. There was always a sneak peek, which is really a lead magnet. So I am going to share with you guys exactly what it is, why I think every business absolutely needs one. I don't care if you're brick and mortar or if you are online, you need something to be capturing emails and customers so that you can continue to be in contact with them. So we're going to start here. I'm going to start sharing my screen. Give me just a second here. See how I'm going to do this. First, I am going to teach you guys exactly what it is, and then we're actually going to jump in and learn how to create one. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and share my whole desktop so I don't mess any of this up. So let's go to, here we go. Oh, what? Let me make you co-host first before we jump in. So if anybody comes in, you can let them in. All right, there we go. Now if people come in, you can let them in. Okay, perfect. All right. So All right, so what is a lead magnet? Hopefully this is on the right slide. Hold on just a second, guys. Lord have mercy. This is on the last slide. Okay, there we go. All right, so this is Lead Magnet 101 and how people need to learn how to capture leads. If you are in network marketing, if you have a boutique, if you have an online store selling on Etsy. And this is a key, right? Because Etsy does not actually let you keep your customers. You cannot actually contact them again. And so I highly recommend, and most Etsy sellers do this. I had no idea what it was because when I was running my boutique, I literally was constantly buying stuff on Etsy, and they would always have a PDF in there that would give me something for free if I put my email in or whatever it was so that they could still stay in contact with me. And it was genius. And then I was like, well, how do I do that? Right. So it is so important that you are creating your own email list so that you own your people. Okay, so what is a lead magnet? It is a free high value resource. It's a business offer in exchange for the customer's contact information. Usually it's like an email address or phone number if you're doing text messaging. It's really a simple exchange that's giving you value up front, giving them value up front so that they will in exchange give you their email address, right? So, why are lead magnets worth it? Why are you giving people stuff for free? So, one, it really builds your audience. Okay. So, you're going to turn anonymous visitors into people that you can actually reach out to now. You're going to earn trust because you're giving them something for free, you're giving them something valuable, and it will help you keep your funnel full, right? It's always a numbers game. So, you will be able to grow your audience and also attract the right fit, right? You're going to draw in people that actually want your product. So there may be people that you haven't even thought of or reached out to, but because you're offering this free thing and they've come across it, they are now downloading it and now they are becoming your warm audience. So how does a lead magnet actually work? So we talk a lot about funnels. And when I first thought about a funnel, I was like, what is a freaking funnel, right? So there's different types of funnels. So this funnel is how the lead magnet goes through, right? You're attracting the customer to this resource that you have to your audience. And once you attract them, now you're going to capture and you're going to exchange your contact information. Now you're going to nurture them and you follow up with more value, relevant emails, and then eventually you are going to convert them, right? Those warm leads, your goal is to turn them into paying customers. But you have to have the actual flow. You can't just have the lead magnet and they get that. And yes, you have their email list. And I am guilty of doing this, right? And never having any follow up emails go out to them. So it's really key that you nurture them first, and so that it will automatically turn into a converted lead. Okay. Same thing with content. I'm just going to touch a little bit on it. Funnel, right? You're attracting your people. Then maybe they're watching you more. They follow you, right? And then they click a link that maybe has a freebie in it, and then they convert, right? So that is how funnels work. You're just attracting people to buy from you. So there's
Amanda,
so
really
many different
quick,
types
I'm just
of
going to
lead
add
magnets.
something to
Oh,
make this set in a little bit. People always say, I don't want to be spammy, right? If you are nurturing and doing this properly, you will never be spammy. That's how you avoid it, by following the specific steps and guidelines and making the wording very much you.
yes, and like they should want it because they want to learn something, right? So you got to make it valuable for them to come on, right? So speaking of which, this masterclass is going to turn into one of my lead magnets that will then funnel to some of my groups and paid offers, right? So you can turn anything into one of them on the list here, webinars and video, right? You could literally create some mini course just like this, and then you are able to send that out as a free lead magnet. So lead magnets could be ebooks and guides. So something like how to lose 5 pounds in the next 2 weeks, or here are the foods that are causing you bloating, or whatever it is, or here's the 7 signs of why blah. You want to solve a problem, right? You want to solve a problem for free, and then also have them wanting more so that they go to your paid offer. So checklists and cheat sheets are good, templates, webinars and videos like this, quizzes and assessments are amazing, especially for network marketing, because you are moving your customer through a journey to say, oh, I do need these products, right? So you have all of these problems. They go through, they answer, they're telling you what their problems are, and now you're giving them a solution. So that is such a good converting one. I love quizzes, especially for network marketing. And then, of course, discounts and free trials, right? So you might own a boutique store, or maybe you own a sign store, and you give people a discount when they first buy, and they have to give you their information. I will tell you that if I haven't been to a store in a really long time, or maybe I opted out of their emails, my husband actually did this recently. We were down in Florida. We all needed new shoes. Nike factory was right in front of us. He literally signed up for the Nike email so that he could get a discount, right? So another thing is free trials. So like the system we use, we offer free and dollar trials. So that is something, or discounted trial, right? So you can use that as a lead magnet. So what makes a good lead magnet? So this is a gift, not a gate. The best lead magnets feel genuinely useful on their own. Okay. So people would happily trade their email for it. Maybe it's a clean eating list, right? You want to take one problem, not five, not 10, but one specific problem. And that solves it gives one clear answer, right? So it's quick. You don't want to send a 50-page PDF. Nobody's going to read that. People want things quick. They want to know how to get to it fast and how they can learn right now. So you want something that is fast, valuable, but also relevant. Okay. And you want to make sure that you're also branding it to yourself. So it's polished and professional, and people know that it's you. When people see me, when I started branding myself with the pinks last year, people would then say to me, I knew it was your post before I even looked, right? And one of my good friends, Amanda Lynn, if her posting, what's her post before you even look at who posted it, right? Same thing with Rena, everybody with her purple and the Nerd Lab and her, all of the beauty things, like everybody knows that it's her. So you want to make sure that your lead magnet also looks like you, because that's really important. Okay, so who is ready to attract your ideal customers? So we're going to pick one type, we're going to solve one problem, and we're going to start growing your list today. So if you have a computer, we are going to build together. So I actually built one last night. I'm also going to show you how to do it real time. But if you don't have Claude, it is amazing. Okay, so Claude is my lead magnet generator. It generates my content. It generates content for the people that I create content for. It creates the presentation you just saw, Claude created that. I did not create it. I gave it what I wanted and it created those slides. So it is so much easier now to create digital products. It is at our fingertips. And you can actually make things for free on Claude now. When you're starting to make things like this, you're going to run out of credits quickly. But I paid $20 a month for it and I never have any issues except yesterday. So if you see down here, there's different versions. Right now I put this to medium because I had it on the new Fable 5 or the Sonnet and it literally took all the credits before it even made anything. So you definitely want to make sure that you are not using something that's going to take all of your credits. Okay, so here's what I did. And Carol, I think you're on right now. I can't see who's on because I don't have my screen sharing for that. I want to make sure it's out of the way. But we talked yesterday during the working call about how important it is to have a lead magnet. Now, Carol sells Norwex. And I asked, first of all, I asked, create me some ideas for some lead magnets. And one of them was Norwex. One of them was for beauty products. One was for coaching. I just wanted to come up with some different ideas. So you see, I put that in there. Okay. So it gave me 4 different ones, 3 to 4 different ones. I guess it was 3 for each one. And so the one that stood out to me the most was how to clean your whole house with just water. And so I was like, that sounds great. I want you to make that. So this is what it spit out to me. Okay. I did not create any of this. Claude created it. Look, it's even talking about microfibers and all the things on why Norwex works. Now, you always want to double check because AI isn't always accurate. So, what you see here though is that yes, okay, when I scroll down here, it created it. Here, I always have it create me a PDF as a Google document. And here's why. Before, when AI created something, you could never go in and change it unless you were prompting it, and you would get so frustrated because it would never change anything. Well, here's the fix. This is now going to open up in a Google document. Now, sometimes this one is, okay, so this one is just a PDF. You can't go in and open this one. Okay, open in Google Docs. Here we go. So that you can actually edit it. This is the most important part. Now, like I said, sometimes the formatting goes away with some of the coloring, but you can go in and now edit things, right? You can go back in and add in the colors and all the things that were behind it to make it look pretty. But now you can go in and edit. I'm going to show you a couple other ones that I did as well. And while I am showing you these, you could also, if it was all good to go, you could literally just download this as a PDF and send it off to your clients. So while that, okay, let's build one. Okay, so I'm going to take one of these and then I'm going to show you some other ones that I built using Claude. Okay, so let's see. How about, I love this, 7-day kickstart plan, daily bite-sized workouts that you could do at home. Okay, create this in gold. I have a client that is a fitness girl. I'm going to create her a lead magnet right now. Another one. We have several. Create this in gold, navy, white. Make sure the background is white so it is clean and easy to read. All right, so Claude does take a little bit of time to create it. Sometimes it can take 2 minutes, sometimes it takes 10 minutes. It just depends on how in-depth it is. I see somebody said something in the chat here. Okay, Carol, isn't that awesome? Yes, so I'll send this to you. You can play with it, fix it, edit it. Okay, so we'll just let this work. Let me go over here to the side and I'm going to show you some of my other lead magnets here. Let me see. Where is, okay, so the other day I was working on one of my clients' content and it had come up with a mindset guide. That's what it put for the content. I was like, well, I don't have a mindset guide. So I went over to Claude and I was like, well, we need to make one. So it did, so that people could go and download it. So, okay, this one came over with the colors. So I go in and now I make sure everything is even. But guys, I didn't have to spend hours creating this. Okay, you can go in, you can change the background, you can change the colors, you can make it so there isn't navy here, change the margins, make it so it's all on one page. And it was easy. It literally took a few minutes to do this. So if I was actually doing this for my client, and I'm sure I did this already, I would make sure that this was all on one page, or I would put this down a little bit. Let's say I could move this. And I'd probably delete this section here. And then I would add like her website, and all of her contact information, put her picture on the page, something like that, so that you can make this look better. Okay, so that is one way to make a lead magnet. I'm gonna let Claude keep going. I'm gonna show you another way that you guys, maybe you already use this or maybe you don't. See if this made anything yet. Okay, still going. So Canva is another great place to go and create a lead magnet. Okay, so they already have a lot of different templates that you can use. So let's just say I want to use a workout planner. Okay, so now obviously you cannot just take the ones that are here, and some of these are pro plan, right? And then just resell it. You have to make tweaks. However, you could easily come in here, get this, change it to your brand colors. Okay, so I'm going to change this to, let me change this to navy. I'm going to change that to gold. I'm going to put an outline around it so you can see it. You change the color here. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and change these colors to navy. We're going to change all so we don't have to do all that. And then we're going to go to the font here. And we're going to change this to yellow, and I'm going to change all. And now I'm going to go over and see if I have, yep, Shine Strong Fitness. There's the logo because that's my client. I'm always working with her. So we'll do a background remover. All right, so I could actually put this here and do transparency. Look at that. I just have a lead magnet in like 2 minutes. Okay, so I literally already branded it to her and they can see her logo right behind. I changed all the colors. That is how easy it is to create a lead magnet. What questions do we have? I know I went a little bit fast.
Don't know that we had questions. Carol said thank you.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anybody realizes how amazing it is to have the knowledge to create a lead magnet. Most people don't know what the word is to begin with, or why we would need such a thing. And you did a great job of explaining and pairing that out and saying this is why. And following that, anyone can now make something again that's usable and not spammy. This is what happens is you're looking for your ideal customer, right? You're looking for that person that says, yes, I'm looking to lose weight. I want to have a planner so I can mark that out. Yes, I am looking to clean my house with products that don't give me asthma and all of the things, right? So you want those styles people, and they're raising their hand because they want that freebie. That's that first step in that direction.
Yep. And now I will show you because it just created another lead magnet for me in Claude. So I'll start sharing my screen again. Here we go. Can you guys see this? All right, so the Kickstart plan. This came really big. Hold on just a second. Let me just move my screen over a bit. All right, so it has now created me a free training guide, the Kickstart plan, 7 days, your living room, zero equipment, 15 minutes per day, 100% at home. Look at all this. It's pretty awesome. So you could even prompt it so it would have your brand name and you can be like, make sure everything's on one page and there's like you can prompt it to just change it if you want to. But now you can have it open up, hopefully without too many things shifting. Sometimes, and I will say, like, sometimes a lot of the colors won't come over, but you can go in and change what you need. Or really for this, because I really like how it was laid out and then some of the stuff didn't come over when you opened it up, I would probably prompt it to change it. I would do all the prompt changes all at once and it will shift it for you. So sometimes you just have to play around with the prompt to make sure that you get all of the everything looking right edit wise. I was going to say something else. Okay. So another way to do this too, if you have the studio, I'm going to go to Strategy Studio. Maybe you want to make some like online quiz. Okay. And you're like, I don't know how to make a quiz. Oh my gosh. So let me go over here. And first, actually, so one, I'm going to open up AI Studio. And here they actually do have some templates of things that you can make. There's a fitness tracker here. You can do a calendar, weather app. So you could make a fitness tracker right here in the studio. But what I am going to do is create a quiz. So I'm going to go over to my best friend Chatty because it helps me with all things. Okay, I need to make a quiz in the AI Studio Builder for somebody.
And so I did create a quiz that is all AI like prep, right? Are what do they need? And so it is very possible to make a quiz and AI Studio to do those different things, right?
Yep.
And I just asked 5 questions. The end all be all shares the links of where they can go to get those things. So it was very easy to make. You just add the different pieces and answer its questions as it goes along, right?
Yep. So what I did is I went to ChatGPT, I grabbed the product I wanted people to do the quiz on, and now it created some questions for them. Now that's a lot. That's a really long one. But it tells me how to like tag the people, all the things. So I'm going to go ahead and say, give me a prompt. Okay, give me a clean prompt to put this into the AI Studio Builder. Okay, and I'm telling you, you should ask one question at a time, right? So it's giving me the actual prompt. So a lot of people, when I'm talking to them, they're like, well, I don't know how to use AI, or maybe I don't know what to tell it. Say what you are trying to say, right? Like I gave it one sentence and then it gave me the prompt, right? So it's going to give me that prompt. Now, the more detailed you get, the better. And the more information you give, the better. One of my favorite ways to prompt is to talk into my phone. Like I'm literally speaking to ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever it is that I'm doing, and it will create. So I'm not typing everything out. So let's see if this is done. Okay, so AI Studio takes a little bit to create. So let's see what it will do for me. It's probably going to ask me colors and all that stuff. If you have your hex code colors, we've talked about that on other calls. Like, let's say then hex code colors are the actual colors that are used in like your logo and your branding. You can easily find those exact colors by uploading that logo to like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, whatever your favorite AI person is, and it will actually tell you what those colors are. All right, so we'll let that one work. I will show you a few others that I created here as a lead magnet. I have a, let's see, that looks different. Okay, that's the end of it. I have a lot of landscaping ones too that I created. And there's also a, let's see, landscaping. So they created me a ton in here. And then I was just able to go over into Google Doc. And a lot of times it might give you a HTML, which is like a website that doesn't normal that sometimes that doesn't share right and you can't edit anything. So just be like, I need you to recreate this as a Google Doc so that you can then go back in, open it up, and change things that you need. So what else did it give me? Okay, so it first had it too. So this is something good to think about too. Sometimes it'll be like, okay, and it puts it here, and you're like, that's not, I can't do anything with that. It's like inside the chat. That's when I say, okay, I need this to be branded, make it a Google Doc. Um, oh, a Spring Yard checklist. That was another one. So look, we've only been on for 25 minutes, guys, and I've already created two different lead magnets. Now, some of me would have to go in and edit, but it would literally take me hours before to create a lead magnet, and that just is not the case anymore. So let's see. I haven't heard a ding yet for, I think it's still probably working. So what
Yeah,
questions
I
do you
like it gives us that ding, and I'm like, oh,
have?
dang, I need to go back.
Yep, I need to go back. So always work smarter, not harder. Make sure that you are doing other things while you're waiting for something else to produce.
For sure. So while you've seen me bouncing around here, I have been getting into the different social media pages where we've shared everything. I have not currently seen any comments of people asking questions, but just went over just to glance through to see.
All right. I wish this would hurry up. This might take a little bit. I might have to show it in the end or something like that, like after we
Yeah,
call.
you can do a quick little ending on it.
Well, that's all I have for today, guys. I made lots of lead magnets in less than 30 minutes. So,
Fabulous info. That's a great
so
question. Carol's asking how much Claude costs.
it's about $20. I think every single one of mine end up to be 21.77 or 21.73 a month after tax.
Mhm.
The cheapest employees you will ever have.
Oh, for sure. Like I
Yes.
definitely have both Claude and Chat just because for me, they do very different things.
Yes.
And it took me a
Same.
minute to figure out why would I need Claude? Why would I
Yeah.
need
Right.
both? But they really do different things. For
Different.
me, it's more Claude does more instructional based things, and Chat does more interpersonal skills, images verse based things for me.
Mhm.
I'm glad you showed Canva because I've actually gotten out of the practice of Canva. I haven't used Canva in over a year now because I've
Yeah.
been using ChatGPT for almost everything.
I have as well. And something really neat, guys, those of you that have the studio, you can actually link Canva to the studio. So if you have things that are you're working on, those visuals can just automatically link to your media storage. Carol, I don't think you have the studio, but this would be something great because you can take this lead magnet and literally link it to a form and literally start building your email list today. Like, because once you create your form and people download it, then you're collecting those emails. So, and you can schedule out your content from there too. So it does a lot. And you could create a landing page, like literally. So, what I'm doing right now essentially is creating a quiz landing page, right? Like, you can literally create a website in minutes using AI. And I even have a website builder, which everybody that's in there gets. So they can go and say, this is what I'm doing. This is me. I need you to create a professional website. Let me see if I can, let me share my screen again, actually. I want to show you some of the websites I created last night, like, because I am just constantly making websites. Okay, so let me move this over here. I don't know why it's doing that. Let me log in on another screen so I don't mess that up. All right, so if we go to AI Studio, here is one I created last night off the inspiration from another website. So this is like another photography type website. You can change the colors and the brand and the pictures, but these are all things like we sell what's called a business in a box. So basically, we are creating websites that you guys are able to plug and play your information by just prompting, which is amazing. I did one for a travel agency if they had somebody that wanted to that sells travel. I think that one got messed up. Where's the other one? There it is. There's the right one. And everything's all about prompting, right? So if you like see it and I'm like, I can't see the words, right? You do have to go through and prompt. But let me tell you, that is a lot easier than having to actually build everything from nothing. Okay. So it even has several different landing pages, right? So this is like a legit website. And you just plug and play your information and it literally links over to your CRM and your forms, and you can add a little chat widget down here where like people could call it and have somebody answering your questions 24/7 when you're not working. So anyways, I just love all this stuff. It's my favorite. Almost done, almost done. Let's see if it'll come on. I think I saw somebody else had a question. How much you say cost? Oh, thanks, Carol. I'm excited for this. So
We really
now we're
love
just thinking,
teaching all of these bits and pieces. And that's what is so powerful about being in our community. It's a growth and strategy lab as a community. So if you're not in that, please ask, and we will drop you a link to be in that. It is absolutely, you get free trainings like this. We have all kinds of goodies in there for you to see and then be able to apply to your business. And that's really what it's about. It's not about a sale for us. It's all about let's move you faster and get you where you want to be in your business. We really come from servant leadership, and this is what we want to do. We want to serve you as much as possible.
we want to see you taking action. So a lot of us, we buy all these courses, which is great. It gives lots of information to learn, but if you're not actually implementing what you're learning and taking action, then it does nothing. So
Yeah.
I've been listening to a lot of Alex Hermanzi. I never pronounce his name right. I listened to his like all like probably 10 different podcasts of his on my walk yesterday because they're like short ones. And he is so good at really telling you like what you need to do in your business. I highly encourage you to find somebody that's really successful in business and start listening to them because it will help you, it will keep you motivated. And it's hard. You need to find your tribe like in any business to surround yourself with because you are if you are not surrounding yourself in people that are excited and have that growth mindset and that business mindset, you are not going to succeed because you're listening to your family member, or maybe your husband doesn't support you, or your wife doesn't support you, or whatever it is, your mom, whatever. Like you need to find your tribe because you will never get out of that and you will always stay stuck. Anyways, that's just my little TED talk for today.
I love it. And it's so true. How many of us are in different companies and everybody's like, oh, you have to do it this way, and oh, you have to do it this way. Well, to a certain extent, but you also need to see the proof in the pudding. Are they being successful in what they're doing? Or are they just telling you to do the things?
Right.
And it's a very different boat. And it could be that you find a sideline sister like I did with Amanda, and we just clicked. And I swear we are truly like a puzzle piece that has been missing for centuries. Like we just fit. It just works. And we probably couldn't be more opposite.
Yes, very.
It's hilarious how opposite we are, but that we think and we are both go-getters. If you have a question and we don't know the answer, boy, we're like getting in there and doing all the things. We will find that answer.
And if you've been with me for a while, like Carol, you've been in my chat for a while, and Lori, like I've been around for 2 years. I've never left you guys. I'm always like, anytime I know anything or learn anything, I'm always sharing my all the things and doing my trainings and all that stuff. You guys know, like I'm here. Like I haven't been. I'm not going anywhere. All right, let's see what
Oh,
it
look
came
at
up with.
that.
All right. Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's cool.
That is actually really neat. But what happened? Let me see. Always here to, well, take your quick assessment. Okay, that does,
It built the conversational quiz.
I did not build it. Didn't build it right. It features a chat-like interface that guides a user through 12 questions one by one. All right, let's see if I put it in here. But there's no place to put a chat.
Oh, right.
So
It's
that
very
did
cute
not,
that what its answers are going to be.
well, it says let's get started, but there's no place to get started unless there's something down here.
I don't see anything.
Okay, well, that was very disappointing. Hold on. I know I built a quiz. Let me see. Who did I build a quiz for? It might be.
I was going to say, you're welcome to get into my quiz if you want to show it.
Is it in your AI studio?
It's in the Rena Bennett one.
Okay.
You're welcome to in the AI studio. And then it's the AI tool selector. 4 over and 1 down.
Oh, this one?
Yep.
Okay.
And so I literally gave it all of the questions I wanted and what answers I wanted to provide, and it did that piece. So it's only 5 questions. There's a progress bar at the top, and you just pick the answers. And then you drop in your details. And once you drop your details in, you hit submit and it gives you your solution right then and there. And that's how I.
Well, let me see what it
You can use
says.
our growth and strategy at Gmail. That's so funny.
Let's just see.
And there you go. So it says she's a beginner. And so this is where I recommended that she get ChatGPT, but her next step might be checking out my mini course. Right. And so it just, so then it takes you to my mini course and then you can do all the things that way. So, right. And it's very different because you can retake that quizzes off as many times as you want to see the different options. Okay, well, maybe it changed now, right, to something else, but that quiz really wasn't that difficult. If what questions you want to ask your audience and where you're trying to guide them, you can literally put that into Claude or ChatGPT to say, this is what I want, give me a script to put in there, and then we do the thing. So
that's exciting, guys. So anybody have anything? Carol, Wendy, Lori, any questions, any comments? Anything you want to see coming up in future trainings?
Oh, no, that's a loaded question. Things that we want to see coming up in the trainings. I want to see all the things. Let's see. I do not see anything in our other social media spaces either at this point. So,
well, all right. All right. Well, thank you, Carol. And thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Lori, for popping on. We will get the replay posted into our community, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.
bye. Have a good one.
I never recorded it. Oh, it's on
Stop
Facebook.
your stream and you can download that video from
Yes.